I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. Could I see her, please?
No, can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. Want to wait? There's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
I'll be back in 1991 and 3 sequels after that, but those films really don't count, so best ignore them, please. Time for terror. Time for terror. Time. Greetings, scary scholars. An absolute delight to see you. I am the Professor, and I welcome you to the historic Betsy Palmer Auditorium and Time for Terror. Every episode we shall assemble here in the University Theatre and study a classic piece of fear-based cinema. Along the way, I'll provide commentary-based witticisms that will range in quality from satisfactorily clever to catastrophically dreadful. I am often referred to as the Charlie Chaplin of cheesy chuckles. Tonight we travel back to Friday, October the 26th, 1984. On that day, a film was released that would be indelibly remembered. Remembered as the cinematic event in which the ageless immortal query was thus finally confronted. Namely, is it possible for a first-time Canadian film director to languish in a revolting Roman hovel only to suffer food poisoning of such operatic wretchedness that he fever-dreamt a story of such startling originality that it propelled him to worldwide acclaim? As we now know, the answer is 네, 그리고 그는 피라나 2에 감사해야 합니다. I, of course, am referring to the immortal cinematic crown jewel that is James Cameron's The Terminator. A film that Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune dismissed as being not particularly well made before giving it a condescending thumbs down. For the umpteenth time, Mr. Siskel, please allow me to respectfully disagree and articulate a conciliatory and equitable rebuttal. You, sir, are a total and utter fathead. Mr. Siskel's abysmal appraisal aside, The Terminator is considered one of the most influential examples of fear-based cinema in the latter half of the 20th century and rightfully endures to this day. So, my friends, sit back, relax, and perhaps take out a second mortgage to afford the cover charge at Tech Noir as we cautiously untangle the existential implications of a truly migraine-inducing causation loop in James Cameron's The Terminator. And just a reminder, friends, if you wish to watch the uncensored version of this episode, one with all of the gloriously naughty bits still intact, then it's best to visit timeforterror.com and sign up to become a Patreon member, which will grant you immediate access to said naughty version. And of course, this video could never act as a substitute for the real thing, and thusly I encourage you to enjoy the original film by using the Amazon link in the description below. My dearest scary scholars, it's time for terror. Los Angeles 2029 AD. Humanity may be 99% extinct, but the traffic remains absolutely appalling. The final battle for humanity will be fought here, in our present, tonight. Or if you happen to be in Tokyo, it'll technically take place tomorrow in the early afternoon. James Cameron brings a truly Canadian sensibility to his productions, in that he spends the majority of his time on set apologizing to the cast and crew.
the hell?
I hate to say it, but the beginning of this film is hot garbage. That Terminator is a cheeky bugger, isn't he?
Hey, my turn.
Hey, what's wrong with this picture?
Nice night for a walk, eh?
Nice night for a walk. Your clothes. Give them to me.
You asshole!
Well, they do say it's rather commonplace to be picked up by a naked man in Los Angeles. It's raining men! Hallelujah!
Hey, buddy, did you just see a real bright light?
Hold it right there!
He's only been in 1984 for 3 minutes, and he's already under arrest for breaking California Penal Code 647.
Hey! Whoa!
There's something to my friend!
Michael Biehn recently graduated from the William Shatner School of Hurd thespianship.
What day is it?
12 May.
What year?
I believe it's the year of the pig. Wait, no, it's rat. Most definitely rat.
Got my gun, let's go!
After saving humanity, Reese intends to try out for the Crenshaw High School freshman basketball team. Fun fact, in the 80s, every phone booth was conveniently stocked with a large book full of names of those wishing to be immediately murdered.
Guard it for me, Big Bands.
I once made the terrible mistake of saying the same thing to the portly security guard stationed next to my safe deposit box.
Late.
This resembles my ex-wife's reaction after she lost our car keys at the Eastbourne seafront.
I ordered barbecue beef.
Who gets the burly beef?
We're ready to order now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This isn't real leather, is it?
Nice going, kid. How to give you the tip?
Look at it this way, in 100 years, who's gonna care?
An involuntarily celibate 46-year-old moderator on the Terminator franchise subreddit. That's who.
The 45 long slide with laser sighting.
That's a good gun. Just touch the trigger, the beam comes on, and anything else.
The Uzi 9mm.
You know your weapons, buddy. Which will it be?
All.
I close early today. There's a 15-day wait on the handguns, but the rifles, you can't do that.
Wrong.
In this particular gun shop, all sales are final.
I don't care what you're doing. Come and get me. What the? Hey, man. You got a serious attitude problem.
He has an attitude problem because you were blocking his access to the big book of voluntary murder victims, you swine.
Sarah Connor?
Yes?
Safe to say his employers at the Welcome Wagon are not going to be terribly chuffed about this.
Sarah, come here. It's about you. I mean, sort of. You're not going to believe this. Sit down. You are going to love this.
Once again, Sarah Connor, 35, brutally shot to death at noon.
You're dead, honey.
Unfortunately, I was told the very same thing on my honeymoon. This is an uncanny reenactment of my recent trip to the 7-Eleven in Dearborn, Michigan. Well, that's certainly an aggressive form of laser hair removal, isn't it? Well, it serves him jolly well right for forgetting to pack his sleep apnea mask.
Sorry. You know.
First, I'm gonna rip the buttons off your blouse. Slowly pull your jeans on.
Ginger, it's Matt.
Who is this?
Isn't that interesting? It's not often one feels sympathy for a revolting dialer pervert.
Sarah? I'm sorry. Can I talk to Ginger, please?
Hello?
Rip the buttons off your blouse.
Ed. Sarah Ann Connor, secretary, 35, shot 6 times.
What's this?
Dead girl, too. Look at the name, Ed.
Sarah Louise Connor.
Not another copycat killer. That last bastard Xeroxed over 30 felines.
Is this right? I hate the weird ones.
Better than mortal man deserves.
Hi, Sarah. Dan Morsky. Something's come up and looks like I won't be able to make it tonight.
So what if he has a Porsche?
I'm going to go to a movie, kiddo.
Okay.
Matt!
I do loathe an obnoxious doormat. Reese is a little homesick for charred and twisted wreckage, so that's why he chose to drive a brown Ford LTD.
Incredibly, the names of the 2 victims are virtually identical. 35-year-old Sarah Ann Connor was pronounced dead at the scene in her Santa Monica apartment.
Don't touch it!
Gunman earlier, and no other connection between the 2 victims. Now, police are refusing to speculate on the apparent similarity between these shooting deaths.
This is not what Sarah had in mind when she decided to move to Hollywood to get on television.
Hey, you got a phone? It's in the back. Hey, 450.
I think I prefer being stalked and murdered to paying your exorbitant cover charge, you bleach blonde battle axe.
You have reached the Los Angeles Police Department emergency number. All our lines are busy.
Unfortunately, no officers are currently available to take your call, as there is a tennis tournament over at OJ's place.
Shoot, go on.
Whoa! Don't make me bust you up, man!
If you ask me, assaulting the Terminator with a bedside lamp is not a very bright thing to do. And she thought Matt's woeful bedroom performance was going to be the lowlight of her evening.
Hi there. You're talking to a machine.
Ginger, this is Sarah. Pick up that you're there. I'm at this place called Tech Noir.
For those younger viewers, this is an address book. Its main function was to make you terribly aware of how few friends you actually had.
Sarah Connor?
I'm in this bar called Tech Noir.
I think there's a guy following me.
You're in a public place, so you'll be safe till we get there.
Okay. Hey, that guy, it's okay.
Say goodbye to your budding slap-fighting career, my dear chap. I feel terribly sad for Sarah. Imagine your final drink on this earth being a Canada Dry Club soda. Not surprisingly, Tech Noir was overlooked for the Customer-Friendly Venue of the Year award. And next time, pay the bloody cover charge, you non-paying cyborg freeloading bastard!
Come with me if you want to live. Come on!
Luckily for Reese, in 1984, the streets of LA were littered with Ford Pintos. This is an uncanny reenactment of my recent failed attempt to hail a taxi in downtown Pittsburgh.
1L19, I got a hit-and-run felonies.
Hold on. Are you injured? Are you shot?
I'm not shot, but I do have a gaping hole in my bank account thanks to that ridiculous cover charge.
Do exactly what I say. Do you understand?
I'm Reese, Sergeant Tech Comms, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for termination.
This is 1L19, westbound and Olympic approaching Overland.
Next month, the Terminator will be playing Las Vegas with Rich Little and Jonathan Winters.
How could that man just get up after you did?
It's not a man, machine, cybernetic organism.
Luckily for Sarah, he's last year's champion of the Judgment Day Jamboree Demolition Derby.
The Terminator's an infiltration unit. Underneath, it's a hyperalloy combat chassis. But outside, it's living human tissue.
Look, Reese, I don't know what you want.
Pay attention! I gotta ditch this car.
In that case, the best way to hide a brown Ford LTD is to park it outside the nearest bowling alley.
The 600 series had rubber skin, but these are new. They look human.
I am not stupid. You cannot make things like that yet.
Not for about 40 years.
Are you saying it's from the future?
One possible future.
Right.
In self-defense class, this is known as biting the biscuit.
Cyborgs don't feel pain. I do. Listen! That Terminator is out there. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse. And it absolutely will not stop, ever, until you are dead.
Or you somehow manage to get a fairly robust restraining order against him.
Reese, why does it want me?
There was a nuclear war. It was the machines, Sarah.
I don't understand.
Defense network computers. But there was one man. He brought us back from the brink. His name is John Connor. Your son, Sarah. Your unborn son.
It's also worth noting that your unborn daughter Rebecca ends up working at a Taco Bell in Amarillo, Texas. The 1977 Cadillac Eldorado, preferred automobile of those with a thriving bootleg VHS business. This scene is not very realistic, I'm afraid. Drivers in Los Angeles would never be this well behaved. Those column shifters can be such sticky buggers at the least opportune time, can't they?
Get out of the car! Drop to the ground.
Sarah, try to drink some of this. Sarah, this is Dr. Silver. I want you to tell him everything that Reese told you.
Is Reese crazy?
Well, that's what we're going to find out.
In the future, Reese worked part-time at a hardware store mixing paint, so technically he's stir-crazy. Terminator Self-Repair Manual, Chapter 18A. How to fastly fix your failing flipping off finger.
So, you're a soldier. Who was the enemy again?
A computer defense system.
And this computer thinks it can win by killing the mother of its enemy.
Skynet had to wipe out his entire existence.
Oh, how are you supposed to get back?
I can't. It's just him and me.
Oh, and there's also a guy named Leo, but he's not really involved other than posting live updates on the Robot vs. Reese Facebook page. Those sunglasses come from the I don't have health insurance line of protective eyewear.
You have heard enough. Now I have to see Sarah Connors. Shut up! He'll find her. That's what he does. You can't stop him. He'll wait for you, reach down her throat, and pull her f***ing heart out.
Doc.
Let's go, mate!
Sorry.
The most disturbing thing about that video is that for 1984, it was considered high resolution.
So Reese is crazy?
In technical terminology, he's a loon.
Sarah, this is what they call body armor. This other individual must have been wearing one under his coat.
What about when he punched through the windshield?
He was probably on PCP.
Well, it may not look it, but that couch is very comfortable.
It's very comfortable and contains over 35 years' worth of trapped flatulence.
Perfectly safe. They got 30 cops in this building.
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. Could I see her, please?
No, can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. Want to wait? There's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
I'll be back in 1991 and 3 sequels after that, but those films really don't count, so best ignore them, please.
Stay here.
Stay here. Go back to the fart couch. Nothing to worry about.
Watch him.
Safe to say the precinct softball team might struggle to make the playoffs this season. And to think he did all that with his friendly mode activated. Time for terror, terror time, terror time, terror time. Friends, it is now time for this episode's Terror Interrogation, in which I offer forth a query for you. This episode's interrogation is the following. You are the Terminator and are being sent back to 1984 in order to liquidate the mother of the human resistance. However, due to a decimal point miscalculation in Skynet's field targeting matrix, you instead materialize in Belfast, Ireland, in the year 1911. Within hours, you secure employment at the Belfast shipyards of Harland and Wolff. Your mechanical aptitude quickly earns you placement among the boiler engineering teams assigned to a vessel of unprecedented scale. That vessel is the RMS Titanic. You immediately earn praise after detecting a micro-vibrational inconsistency in the Parsons turbine. This increases speed output by almost 2 knots. However, misfortune is afoot. Your hydrogen fuel cell emits electromagnetic distortion, which interferes with the ship's magnetic compass. This creates a minor navigational deviation, and the ship veers dangerously off course, into the North Atlantic ice belt. At 11:40 p.m. on April 14th, the lookout sights an iceberg. Orders of full astern are issued, but the increased speed has reduced the reaction window by seconds. The hull is chewed open. 6 watertight compartments immediately breach. You quickly ascend to the boat deck and calculate total lifeboat capacity to be 1,178. Total passengers aboard, however, are approximately 2,200. This simply will not stand. You must secure placement within one of the remaining lifeboats. It's time to terminate. You start by strategically stabbing Jack Dawson in the aorta using his graphite sketching pencil, and then greedily garrote Rose using her magnificent Heart of the Ocean necklace. Next, you dispatch Jack's friend Fabrizio by bludgeoning him with his own overbearing Italian accent. After that, you bleed out Frosted Tip explorer Brock Lovett by aggressively ripping his diamond stud earring from its lobed mooring. How Brock managed to be on the Titanic remains unknowable, but given your own access to time travel, the concept does not faze you one way or the other. Lastly, you disarm Rose's arrogant and aristocratic fiancé, Cal Hockley, and immediately serve him a delectable dessert of .45 caliber crumb cake. Upon witnessing this spectacle of furious foul play, another 1,200 passengers voluntarily throw themselves into the frigid North Atlantic. You calmly step into an available lifeboat and indifferently witness the breakup and sinking of the RMS Titanic. 72 hours later, you find yourself in New York City and are brought before the United States Senate inquiry into the disaster. You are cross-examined by Senator Harold Hoodswallow as to the reasoning you felt necessary to facilitate the premature deaths of a sizable percentage of the seagoing patronage. Given that your mission protocol forbids you from divulging the top-secret nature of your assassination assignment, you must provide an alternative explanation. And so, my friends, what explanation do you offer Senator Hoodswallow for having facilitated the demise of more than half the souls aboard the doomed RMS Titanic, all whilst exhibiting neither the slightest trace of hypothermic distress nor the faintest suggestion of human remorse? Please write your explanation in the comment section below. The more creative and absurd, the better, as that is what makes this community thrive. While you're there, please consider giving this episode a thumb pointing upward. Doing so will trigger the YouTube algorithm to recommend this channel to like-minded individuals to you and I. Now, without further ado, let's return to my questionable quipping of a creeptastic classic. It's James Cameron's towering cinematic treasure, The Terminator.
Look, Reese, I didn't ask for this honor, and I don't want it!
Your son gave me a message to give to you. Thank you, Sarah, for your courage through the dark years. You must be stronger than you imagine you can be. You must survive, or I will never exist.
Tell me about where you're from.
There's burnt cars, hollowed-out buildings, human misery everywhere. It's called Edmonton, Alberta.
You stay down by day. At night you can move around. You still have to be careful because the HKs use infrared. Let's go.
I'm glad they're enjoying the show, but I can't say I'm much of a fan of reality TV. Luckily for the Resistance, Terminator flesh was made from kibbles and bits. Well, she certainly lights up the room, doesn't she?
Hey, buddy, got a dead cat in there or what?
You asshole.
Fun fact, if you dial that number today, you'll be connected to a business called Itchy Feet in Cape Town, South Africa.
Is this enough?
Yeah, it's enough. We need a room.
The kitchen.
Do you have one with the kitchen?
And you won't tell me what's going on? I am worried sick, dear.
Okay, here's the number.
Yes, go ahead.
555-1439.
I love you too, sweetheart.
To be fair, her mother always was wired a little differently.
Mothballs, ammonia. What's for dinner?
Plastique. Screw the end cap on. Very gently.
You must have had a fun childhood.
All right, 6 more like that, and I'll get started on the fuses.
And after that, we get to the really fun stuff, anthrax.
Kyle, the women in your time, was there someone special?
No. Never. John Connor gave me a picture of you once. You were young, like you are now. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
Reese always did have a thing for older women. Good on those two for maintaining focus to finish the job. It couldn't have been easy having a piano player in the motel room with them. Well, it's confirmed. All Terminators have micro-penises. This is terribly risky. She only has a moped license.
Faster! Drive faster!
He really regrets stuffing those pipe bombs with 10% explosives and 90% coffee mate. Oh my God, I forgot to ask you for the recipe for those anthrax Terminator treats. Sarah always did have a bit of a reputation for flipping her wig.
You stay here.
10-4 dead body.
Let's get out of here.
Get out.
Well, they did predict that AI was going to take all of the trucking jobs, didn't they? Look, Beatrice, those bloody pedestrians are refusing to use the walking lanes again. Unfortunately for the Terminator, the top speed of that truck is 6. That resembles my recent disembarkment from a cigarette-friendly riverboat cruise. Reunited, and it feels so hot.
We did it, Kyle.
Crack open the window a tad, would you, love? I'm sorry, but this is no time for your union-mandated 15-minute break, Kyle.
Reese! On your feet, soldier! On your feet!
This is all rather awkward. Poor Terminator just stumbled across a surprise family reunion he wasn't invited to. Run, Sarah, run! Oh, and don't forget, stupid is as stupid does. Off-duty, the Terminator is known as Big Daddy T and proudly drives a pink 1971 Lincoln Continental. Well, he certainly put his best foot forward, didn't he? Reese died 20 years before he was born, which feels really rather premature if you ask me. She's in a bit of a tight spot, I'm afraid. Do it, Sarah. That bastard has been pushing your buttons long enough.
You're terminated.
They certainly crushed the ending, didn't they? Unfortunately, she doesn't have health insurance, so they'll be dumping her at the nearest Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Tape 7, November 10. What's most difficult for me is trying to decide what to tell you and what not to. But I guess I have a while yet before you're old enough to even understand these tapes. Llena el tanque?
Fill it up, sí.
She is reading from 100 Spanish phrases and how to butcher them mercilessly.
Should I tell you about your father? Boy, that's a tough one. If you don't send Kyle, you can never be. God, a person could go crazy thinking about this. I suppose I will tell you. In a few hours that we had together, we loved a lifetime's worth.
That's because in just 24 short hours, your father and I engaged in more vigorous genital jousting than most married couples do in their entire lives.
He's ashamed to ask you for $5 American for this picture. But if he doesn't, his father will beat him.
Pretty good hustle, kid. Cuatro.
Sí, sí. Allá, viene una tormenta.
What did he just say?
He said there's a storm coming in.
I know.
She knows because she wisely checked weather.com before leaving. Fun fact, in the director's cut, you can see Sarah driving her Jeep directly through the side of that matte painting. Time for terror, terror time, terror time, terror time. And that was 1984's The Terminator, directed, of course, by the fiercely ambitious James Cameron. My friends, it is time. Time for us now to reflect on the thematic implications of this classic fear-based cinematic experience. Yes, it's time. Time for terrors. Terror. Takeaway. Time. Over the decades, countless individuals have devoted endless hours dissecting and scrutinizing the thematic riptides of the narrative. Some contend that The Terminator is a stark allegory for Cold War anxiety, reflecting an era in which global annihilation felt but a single button press away. Others maintain that the film functions as a cautionary tale regarding artificial intelligence and is a dire warning about the hubris of technological overreach. Still, others argue that it is a meditation upon corporate militarism and the dangers inherent in allowing profit-driven systems to outpace moral restraint. Far be it from me to cast aspersions upon these interpretations, but I personally believe the film offers us a far more consequential and enduring lesson. That lesson is this: one's fate can indeed be altered through the use of time travel, but not the kind of time travel the film so brilliantly depicts. Rather, it is the only form of time travel that truly exists: human memory. The ability to relive and re-examine the defining moments of our lives from the measured vantage point of reflection. In the film, machines travel backward through time in order to eliminate what they perceive as an error. Human beings, however, do not possess that luxury. But we are afforded something far more powerful. We are afforded the truth of who we were, the truth about what we did, the truth of what we should have done. This form of time travel requires no machine, only the courage to make the journey. Let us not pretend that such a journey is an effortless one. To revisit one's past with honesty can be deeply uncomfortable, but discomfort is usually the first indication that what you are looking at is undeniable truth. James Cameron himself provides a compelling example of someone who has undertaken precisely such a journey. In his early years as a director, he placed his films above all else. Those who could not meet his formidable expectations became obstacles in his path. He has acknowledged that his intensity, though born of artistic conviction, wounded some who worked alongside him. His intractability became the stuff of industry legend, a perception at which I myself have occasionally aimed a gentle jest. And while he cannot erase those years, he has done something arguably more meaningful. He revisited them and he accepted their truth. Since then, he has altered how he engages with those around him, and in doing so, he has altered how he will be remembered. In essence, he has altered his fate, just as you, my friends, can alter yours. That is why it is of the utmost importance that you find the courage to undertake this same journey when the time arrives. For to truly alter the trajectory of your future, you must first revisit your past, not to alter it, but to understand it. It is there, in the past, that truths both apparent and yet undisclosed will make themselves available. Unlike Mr. Cameron, it is not necessary that you disclose these truths publicly. You need only admit them to yourself. That alone is sufficient to alter your trajectory, to set in motion a rewrite of your story, and to ensure that, above all, your humanity prevails. So do remember, there is no fate but what we make. But that fate is not forged solely from the hopes of tomorrow. It is hewn from the truths of yesterday. That draws a conclusion to this episode of Time for Terror. I am the Professor. My sincerest appreciation to you, my dear friends. If you would like to browse other episodes of Time for Terror, please click on the thumbnail beside my head now, and that will redirect you to a playlist. My dearest scary scholars, please remember, the next time someone inquires as to what time it is, with a wry smile and a mischievous gaze, stare into the deepest reaches of their essence and reply, "It's time for terror." Good night.